Welcome to the Pro Piston World Skeet Masters, held at Eriswell Lodge in Suffolk. It's a 200 bird competition comprising 100 English skeet, 50 doubles and 50 NASA skeet. If you didn't understand what I just said, neither did I when I arrived here.
Out of all the hats, is my favourite hat. Being a whole shoot, there's goodie bags. And Eriswell have topped it up. So when you get into your skeet goodie bag, you have a whole 75 anniversary cap, an Eriswell Lodge cap, World Skeet Masters cap, a pen, and a box of the hallowed Pro Piston. I already love these, but I've never shot skeet with them. Let's go find out if they're any good, but first, let's go warm up. So Looper Skeet that's behind us is a bit of a fun side game. There is a bit of a sport trap here as well, but you have the same Skeet D that we're going to shoot later, but instead of skeet targets, you have two fast loopers. A little bit harder, a little bit silly, a little bit fun. Probably not the ideal with a warm up, but we're going to do it anyway. The World Skeet Masters is named after this cartridge, Chris.
28 gram 9-shot, part of my toolkit, as you know, as Lloydie Peel know.
How does it work at close range better than other cartridges?
So it has a specially designed piston style wad, so it flings the shot out.
Okay.
So being part of the Pro range, of course, Pro Piston comes with competition grade hardened shot to give you that extra advantage at range or close in. You get a couple of pellets on that target, it's breaking it.
Which is what you need.
It's the aim of the game.
With our talent level.
So today's squad was made up of myself, Sam, Chris and Kevin from Hull Cartridge, and Stuart Smith, the MD here at Eriswell Lodge, who is also an extremely accomplished skeet shooter. He wasn't here to shoot the competition officially, but to hold our hands through the process and to make us feel less awful.
English skeet. What do you have to do? What are the rules?
How long have you got?
About 5 minutes before we're on.
Right, okay. 2 towers, high bird, low bird. You move rather than the targets. So you move to your stations 1 to 7. You shoot singles on every station. On 5 of them, shoot a pair as well.
Singles full use?
Nope. Single,
Ooh.
1 shot.
Cool pull for each?
Yes.
Okay.
Cool pull for your high bird, then for your low bird.
So just bang, don't reload.
Yeah, 2 shots in the gun.
Cool pull again.
Yeah, for the second
Bang.
target. Yeah.
Okay. Gun up, gun down, however you want. No rules.
Well, no, really, no. There's it's personal preference on that. It's not like Olympic where it must be drop of the elbow or fit ass where it must be below the line there. So no, it's really personal preference on that.
Okay.
You'll see all manner of styles. There's no wrong way to do it as long as it's consistent.
Well shot, gentlemen. Thank you. Well, that wasn't as embarrassing as I thought it would be. There you go, I'm going home. Can you shoot them too early or too late?
Can, but it's not against the rules.
Okay.
You can do it, it's more about your timing.
Okay.
So if you shoot the first one too quick, you can be waiting on the second one a long time. You shoot it too late, the second one's going to be across the
It's
range.
just about finding your own natural cadence. Yeah. All day I'm going first. Yeah. Why am I going first? Pull. Pull. So that was English Skeet. Walked away from that first one with a 22, should have been a 25, but just learning the timing and being in first is relearning the timing. We're going to shoot this out. We'll see you at the next one.
Between the first skeet field and the second, we lost Kevin. He didn't feel so good, so he went to cool off in Eriswell's massive clubhouse.
Shooting skeet really is just the art of getting at them. They should change skeet, modernise it, called get at them. Be like a branded thing, loud music and lights. Well.
On the second field, I'd calmed down, I'd got into the rhythm a little, and we knew what was coming. And I managed my first registered 25 straight. Alongside his work at Eriswell Lodge, Stuart has shot English skeet to the highest levels, representing his own country.
I think it's important people try skeet because it's a fantastic discipline. It gets your focus more. You have to pay more attention to what you're doing. You can shoot reasonable scores by going around and not giving it everything, but one target lost is the difference between first place or ninth. It's that close. It also gives you pretty much all the variations of targets. You've got coming towards you, going away, quartering, crossing, singles, sim pairs, and obviously left to right and right to left. You don't have the specialty clays, obviously rabbits, middies, batus, etc., but it does give you every conceivable angle to shoot. As I'm coming up to the stand, I've been thinking about nothing to do with shooting at all at that point. I've already made my plan as to what I'm going to do, so hole points, kill points, etc. Before I've walked into the station, I'll have a quick check around visually just to make sure there's nothing untoward, nothing out there that shouldn't be. Then load the cartridges, make sure I've got enough lateral movement, close the gun, onto the hole point and off we go. Really no thought process beyond that. All the planning happens before I walk into the station. It's very easy to talk yourself out of hitting targets. Well,
I love that you're listening to music, by the way. That's revolutionary.
it stopped halfway through the station, so I had to start it.
Does it throw you off when it's on?
It just makes you wonder what's happened.
Seeing the targets, is it as stupid as it appears? Because to me, that second bird looks slower, or is that just the background?
It's lower.
Okay.
So that's the difference. See, it's coming a bit lower, so it will seem slower, but it's all about perception. It's not.
They're sort of standardised, but throughout the day the wind can affect them a touch. Okay.
Laying behind, there is a white pole with a red hoop on the top. They have to travel through that hoop and then land. See these three marker plates here?
Yeah.
They're the marker plates for the high house on the previous range.
Oh, okay.
So the target has to land between the first two for what we're shooting now.
Okay.
So occasionally you'll see one just drop in.
Back to the English skeet, and layout 3 and 4 had gone down really well, with Stuart shooting 100 straight. Believe me, with the level of distraction he had to put up with, that was not easy.
There is more to skeet than I thought. A lot of concentration, a lot of mental discipline, and listen to Stuart and his experience. It's wonderful. 25 more, see you at the end.
What was interesting on layout 3 is the slightly slower targets at English skeet can be affected by wind a little bit more than some of the faster skeet disciplines. And so it was actually important to watch and read the targets. Being up first all day had its advantages, but this wasn't one of them.
Congratulations, mate. 100 straight. It's not that rare for you, I take it.
That's number 14 in competition.
Feel good?
Yeah, it does.
You'll take it.
Got rid of number 13.
So what you're saying is you want a bunch of piston kids and a couple of whole boys, and you just need that as your crew.
Absolutely.
We're available for hire. Thank you very much for your wisdom that you shared off camera. It's actually a fascinating sport, and I know we've got another 100 to do, so skeet doubles is next.
Yes, it's basically what we've just done, but there's 2 on every station. Just 2, so you walk round and you go all the way back. The only difference is take 3 and 5, where you only shoot singles. You shoot pairs this time around.
Before we get into the complexities of skeet doubles and NASA skeet, let's grab a pattern board or two and see what that piston wad is actually doing.
So you've seen us shoot loads of skeet targets and they break really nicely, but it's kind of always nice to shoot a pattern plate just to see what the reality is.
What it's like at the other end.
Whole cartridge test on pattern plates?
Always, yeah. Regularly testing in the tunnel. Vitally important, we know exactly what's happening downrange. Most of these recipes have been set over years and years, but we always double check to make sure we're still working to those standards, even to this day. Yeah.
So I have here the two wads. Well, I have two wads. I have a Pro Piston wad, which doesn't actually look like a normal plastic wad, and I have a parkour wad, which is designed for long range. They're very different.
Yeah, it really shows you the difference between the two and what the piston really gives you. Of course, perfectly symmetrical wad, really designed for only half of the shot to be held within the cup. The rest is free to give you that instant spray. Whereas your standard plastic wad used in the parkour with the petals that reach all the way up to the crimp. So both these, in the case of the parkour and the piston, they both use different powders. And with that in mind, really, that the piston is for that sort of within 35 metres and the parkour for further out.
Peak 3/8 chokes, pretty common.
3/8, 3/8, yeah.
Go for it. The concentration. Did you hit the paper?
I think I hit the paper, yeah.
Let's go have a look.
Let's have a look.
Well, you hit the target.
It's bang on.
You shoot high with that gun. Because you did on the other one too, but it's interesting to see.
That really is interesting, actually, isn't it?
Firstly, you can see the density of those 9s versus the density of 6.5s.
And how many more are in the pattern?
Your pattern edges off inside this paper on the 6.5s, and on the 9s it goes way, way off.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see the reality of what you guys say about change your cartridge, not your choke, most of the time.
Yeah, there's really much more chance you're going to break a clear with that sort of pattern at this sort of distance.
Unfortunately, I was being distracted by some of the Pro Squad's epic shooting to check the time and ended up having to sprint to grab my gun and ammo for my first round of skeet doubles.
Good on, Chris.
This panic, mixed with the intensity of skeet doubles, because you just get in, shoot a pair and get out, led to a rather ropey first round. What is skeet doubles? Well, the clue is in the name. It's pairs only. You shoot stand 1s through to 7 and then shoot back from 6 to 2. This gives you a 24 bird layout. On the next rotation, you shoot all the way back round to peg 1. This is a 26 bird layout. Between them, that's 50 birds. This discipline definitely sorts out the more dedicated skeet shooter from the sloppier sporting shot. To demonstrate the difference between a skeet and sporting shot, Stuart very kindly explained how to shoot skeet like a skeet shooter.
Alright, so as a treat, you're going to teach us how to shoot Skeet Station 2.
Okay.
Before we start, talk to us about your gun and your gear.
Okay, well the gun, Krieghoff K80 Sporter, nothing particularly fancy, it's a 32 inch. I have a very long stock, so I've got quite long arms. Cartridge wise, Pro Pistons from Hull. I do believe genuinely they're the best cartridge you can use for skeet. Choke wise, I'm not your average skeet shooter. I've got a pair of 3/8 chokes in this, purely because I can't get the breaks I like from quarter choke or skeet.
Fair enough.
It's all about confidence.
Station 2 on Skeet. Talk us through.
Okay, well, on a normal round of skeet, you've got 4 targets. You've got your high bird single, your low bird single, and then a pair shooting the high bird first. You call for both single targets. So obviously we've got high bird coming from the left, landing over to the right hand side here. Quite a quick quartering target. Low house coming in from right to left. It is quick at the start, but it's a much slower shot over in the second half of the range here. Much easier on the singles. When you get to the pair, obviously they're both together, so we've got to make sure we've shot the high bird first in enough time to get to the second bird and successfully shoot it before it goes out of range past the high house.
Something you said to me yesterday was, even on singles, as a more experienced shooter, you shoot it exactly the same as a single as you would a double, just to keep your mental picture the same.
Yes, that does change a little bit when you're talking about sim pairs, purely because sometimes you might have shot the first one a little bit earlier, a little bit later. So it's about picking up the second one. It's also if it's a bit higher, a bit lower, not quite where you expect. So you have to adjust at the time, but always plan to shoot. Personally, I always plan to shoot the targets in the same place, whether it's the single high bird or the low bird. We'll shoot the 2 singles first, calling for both targets. I'll work on shooting the high house just before our Eriswell Lodge banner here.
That's quick.
Yes.
And but that's standardly quick. Most people will learn to do that with low effort.
Some do, some don't. Some people are comfortable shooting it quick. I know people who can shoot it before it's even made it a quarter of the way across the range. I can't do that.
It's also a big lump of a gun to move around. So, and the low bird coming again just past the banner there as singles, and then on the pair it will be more or less the same. Pull. Pull. I call slow buttoning.
I thought that was perfectly adequate.
Can you do it a bit quicker?
Skeet, when you say bang, you want me to bang?
There.
Bang.
Yes,
Yeah.
straight away.
Instantaneous.
Instantaneous. That makes a big difference.
Okay.
So being genuinely
There's that much
serious.
instinct involved in your movement.
Yes.
Okay.
So as I call, I expect it to come out. I'm more tolerant than a lot of people. There's some people when they shoot skeet, if it's not instantly out the trap, they'll lower the gun and they won't shoot the target. It has to be on the button. Okay, let's try again. Pull. Pull.
In itself, buttoning is a bit of fun, isn't it?
It can be. So, having shot the singles, you move straight onto the pair. And again, working on killing high bird, low bird.
What methods are you using on the high and the low?
The low house is a push away from it. So I've picked up and moving away from it. High house is a much more of an instinctive. I've never seen it through a shot cam, so I couldn't tell you. It could be a slight maintain lead. It could be a little bit of a pull away.
As soon as you see it,
as soon as
it's
I've
just
seen it, I've gone. So
Kill it with gun speed rather than a sight picture,
yes.
inherently.
Yeah. Foot position, which is very important, especially when you're talking about two different targets.
Yeah.
I personally prefer to have a little bit more of a stance to push away on the high bird where you need the explosive push, so a little bit tighter for a start. The other one coming in, it's nice and slow, so you've got plenty of time. Pull.
Is that quick enough for you?
Nope.
Okay, there was a slight delay.
There was a slight delay. We need a little bit quicker. Pull.
There's a lot of people just watching and coming with their families. It's not something you see at sporting.
No, I mean, we've got a large number of people here who come with their husbands, wives, girlfriends, boyfriends, etc. We've got mums and dads, we've got grandparents, kids. Yeah, it's great to see. It's very open, it's a nice community. And we've had this year, we had great success at the Home International, and we had, I think the support crew was bigger than all the teams put together. You know, it was fantastic to see so many people there supporting their shooters, their family, their friends, and so on. And that's really nice.
Well, I did watch you shoot, and I'm going to try and copy it.
Okay.
That's probably a mistake.
Possibly.
Boom.
Okay, so this time, staying with the high bird, set yourself up so you're ready. Right, come back here, okay, and this, as soon as it's out there with your gun, move ahead and squeeze. Quick shot.
Boom.
There we go.
And that was still later than you, and that felt fast.
Quick.
And that was over the World Skeet Masters side, not
It was actually just to the
Lodge.
left of the Eriswell Lodge banner again, so fractionally.
Fractionally?
Yeah.
I'll take fractionally.
Absolutely. Okay.
There's not much time to think.
Nope.
You're saying people can kill it quicker?
Yes.
How?
Quicker. Well. Right, go again. Use that white stake at the back there.
What?
That's your hold point.
All right.
All right.
And I'm looking left of that?
Yeah, so you hold your eyes up here.
Yeah.
Soft focus in front of the trap chute. All right, not at it.
Okay. Pull.
There we go.
Okay. Yeah,
And that was between the black marker stake out there and the Eriswell Lodge banner.
not much time for thinking, is there?
Don't need to. Why do you need to think about that when you've just done it? Low bird coming across. So with that one, I want you to shoot that over this tall tree in the distance here.
Okay.
All right, so let it come. Small push. All right, lots of time. So gun as a whole point just over the right-hand Eriswell Lodge banner. That's it.
Pull.
Okay, nothing wrong with that. Lovely and smooth. Okay, right, so now your pair.
And so I'm shooting that first one exactly
I want you to shoot the first one exactly as you did. As you stop your gun over here, the low bird will just land on your gun and you
Stay
push
in front.
ahead
Bang.
to make your shot.
It's two separate shots. You are viewing these as all two separate shots in the pairs.
Yeah, you can't think about them both at once. Forget whatever happens on the first one, even if you miss it, full focus on the second one.
Pull.
Preferably without dismounting the gun between the shots.
Sorry. I was just checking if I hit the first one.
Yes,
I was
you
so
did.
surprised.
Yeah, you did. So, right, let's do it again, but between the shots, there's no time for dismount. Keep the gun.
killing it that late is bad?
No, it's okay, but you dropped the gun, so it actually messed with the timing of the shot. So once you've shot the high bird, keep the gun in, then push straight into your low bird.
Oh.
You have to trust yourself to deliver it.
Yeah.
Your subconscious is so much more powerful than your conscious mind. It literally keeps you alive. So, you know, you don't need to tell yourself to breathe. You don't need to tell your heart to breathe. You know from shooting for as many years as you have been that this target from this position to shoot it there needs this much space. Your conscious mind will take an awful lot longer than your subconscious.
Yes.
You've already told yourself what you've got to do, standing back here. So I was the voice in your head saying, hold here, kill here. And when you closed the gun to shoot, I didn't say a word, but you did exactly that. Your eyes are picking it up, you're killing it perfectly. So no problem with that at all.
The last 50 was NASA Skeet. That's NSSA, not the astronauts. It's shot to the National Skeet Shooting Association rules, or, as it was put to me, American rules. It's similar to English Skeet, but with slightly faster targets. You only shoot singles on pegs 3, 4 and 5, and you get to shoot the mightily intimidating peg 8. That's the stand right in the middle. Come the second round of NASA Skeet, Chris had found some focus. Shooting 200 skeet in a day is a serious mental drain, and for him to drill in his first 25 straight on this final round was pretty impressive. Apparently, the tradition is when you shoot your first 25 straight, the squad you shot it with get to shoot your hat. But since this was my favourite hat, the group very kindly shot it anyway, which was an honour.
It's still wearable.
It won't be.
Welcome to day 2 of the Pro Piston World Skeet Masters. There's a whole nother group of shooters going out today. We're expecting some fairly big scores to come in. It's going to be a great day. We're going to go and have a little look around, maybe shoot a little bit of sporting whilst we wait for the big boys to come in, and then this afternoon, the super final. Like all great grounds, Eriswell Lodge is multifaceted. Not only are they holding the World Skeet Masters, but they've also got a sporting competition on, a sport track, as we've seen, the Looper Skeet, and their new game area. And although I counted it as an honour to have my favourite hat shot into tiny bits, I've been rummaging all morning and begging people, and I found a new one exactly the same. Why is 9s a thing?
9-shot is the smallest of all the shot sizes at only 2mm. With a 9-shot, you get on average around 630 pellets, which is roughly 200 plus more than what you get in a 7.5 shot.
Super final time, and this was impressive to watch. 25 doubles, followed by 25 NASA, followed by a sudden death shoot-off on pegs 3, 4 and 5. Stuart really put it right. This is a mental game. And the fortitude needed to just go through those processes they know so well, but with a big prize fund at stake, surrounded by great shooters, and with 100 spectators behind you, is admirable. In the end, Peter Chester walked out with the high gun. The prize giving was held on Skeet Field 2. And unbeknown to me, there was actually an unclassified category at the Pro Piston World Skeet Masters.
Our unclassified third place is Mr. Jonny Carter from TGS.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
This was embarrassing.
I'm so proud of you.
Before today, I, like many hunters and sporting shooters, had potentially written off skeet as a little boring. I was wrong. Yes, there is a shortage of heroic 70-yard loopers, but this sport has something else. The ability to refine gun movements, hold points, techniques, and focus well beyond other disciplines. And it does indeed take some serious discipline to get to that high level. On top of this, there was a family atmosphere among the skeet community that was a joy to be a part of. Congratulations to Peter on your well-deserved victory. My thanks to Eriswell Lodge for hosting this slick event, and to Hull Cartridge for making events like this possible through your support. And finally, thank you for Stuart for putting up with us, putting up with the questions, and still hammering in an amazing score. We'll see you there next year.